This is BLYXA Paradise, a nano aquarium I started a while ago. Aside from the floating plants, I only used a single plant. But it was just enough to set up a well-balanced environment. There, shrimp were breeding and, in time it evolved, so it became the home of our tiny inhabitants. A real ecosystem, despite of using simple, inexpensive materials at the beginning of this journey, like the tank for instance. I'll temporarily use a filter just to create some water movement. Also a cheap LED light. I will even reuse all the aqua soil, so this build will be as cheap as it gets. Carefully remove all those old roots. They are just polluting the substrate, so we don't want that here. The first layer, the old and used aqua soil, will hopefully provide us some beneficial bacteria. However, it is depleted, so I will also use a handful of fresh aqua soil. Black venom rocks don't promise much when outside of the water, but wet stones will really make your aquarium stand out. I bet that you can make a similar decoration in about 5 minutes. There is beauty in simplicity. Keep it simple. Have some fun. Right now, I'm feeling like a kid playing in the yard. There is something special about working with fresh soil. Always love this part. The scent of fresh soil wakes up all these memories. For this cape I only need BLYXA. This one won't cut it, but with this they are much better. The most of it is Blyxa Japonica, but a part of it is Blyxa novoguinense. Hard to get that one right. I will just post it on the screen. It's much bigger and it easily gets red. For now, with only the hardscape, the tank feels empty just like my bank account. Our plants will do for us the most of biological filtration, so use them in abundance. I will carefully fill up the tank so the water won't be cloudy and to avoid uprooting and floating our plants. We'll see soon what this tiny filter can do for us. Meanwhile, our plants can't dry out anymore, so let's make sure the aquascapers stay hydrated as well. Just give it some water. The filter is thirsty as well. Everybody is thirsty around here. Most likely I will leave this setup filter free eventually, but until it's stable enough for that, I still need some water movement. I woke up next morning with a single thing in my head: to check on my new setup. For some reason, it still looks quite empty. I had to do something. So I decided to add my first inhabitants, just a handful of snails. Many fish keepers avoid these little guys because they are pest snails. But a handful of snail probably won't cut it for me, so incoming more livestock. Go ahead, little guy. Shrimp already look so busy. As you can see, many of them are bearing eggs, so hopefully they will adapt to the new home, will breed and establish a nice colony. It's not an easy task to make a nice and successful shrimp society. She hopped just on top of the snail, but don't worry, they will live together in peace. Normally, adding as many inhabitants into a crude setup, it's almost a death sentence. However, if you remember, I've used old cycled aqua soil to introduce some beneficial bacteria early on. These floating plants will be my ally. Will clean the water well, will provide oxygen for the livestock. And I also have another ace in my sleeve. Here is an old tank of mine that I will close soon. And here is a very dirty sponge that I kept here for about a month. I will use this in my Blyxa aquascape to make sure all those snails and shrimps will be safe. There you go, a quick boost to the filter. Quite difficult to spot them initially, but here they are, shrimplets. Haven't expected this to happen so early. Some of the eggs disappear from shrimp's belly, but I didn't think this is possible in a setup so recently started. And so many of them on the rocks, picking up the biofilm on leaves. The joy of nature. Thriving plants, cute shrimps in the canopy looking for some free food. Hello, my friend. Despite being too friendly for their own sake, they can jump in a blink of an eye away from danger. These guys are chewing something as well. Everybody is so busy here. I haven't do any water changes for over a month, so it's the time to make one. We'll remove some of the floaters, maybe all of them. Carefully, so the baby shrimps have time to run away. And this filter is so nasty. It's the time to clean it for the first time, or maybe just get rid of it and go filter free. Enjoy your snack, guys. News travel fast, so everyone came along. Don't worry, they are friendly, they know each other since a lifetime, so they will share the meal. These turn out to be such a clean setup, and without any algae, everyone needs some real food. Accepting fish food and topping up with some water from time to time from my part, this ecosystem is running by its own. I've decided to get rid of all the floaters. After all, the idea was to make a single plant aquascape and not a jungle. Red root floaters, beside bringing some color to this mini world, They also ensured the water quality for the livestock. This small Iwagumi, if I can call it that way, looks even better with only Blyxa Japonica. I also removed the taller one, Blyxa novoguinensis. I really love this minimalistic look. After a couple of months without floating plants and a filter, I've noticed that algae forming on the glass and the rocks is quite of a burden, so I decided to bring them back, along with some nano fish to spice things up. Despite acclimating them properly, they are so stressed out. One is even pretending to be dead. Are you okay, bro? No worries, they will be fine now. I wanted to catch the process on camera though. By the way, to make a video like this takes a lot of time and effort from my part, so I really appreciate if you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. This way, the algorithm might show me some love and will motivate me to create more. I had to move the tank in my living room. There is quite out of my reach, so I neglected it for last 6 months. Not even a single water change for that period, and because the aqua soil ran out of nutrients, Blyxa suffer a bit. To help out Blyxa recover, I decided to add CO2. Here is the strangest betta fish tank you've ever seen. Click it fast.